So here are some facts I want you to know, okay, about sleep. And this is not to scare you, this is to inform you. In the first 3 years of a child's development, their brain goes through a rapid amount of growth and development, creating billions of neural connections every single day. The growth is rapid. It may not look like they're growing and developing, but believe me, it's happening right here in their brain. And for this process to be successful, sleep is crucial. Children, toddlers, babies need to sleep, okay? According to the American Academy of Pediatricians, the recommended amount of sleep for a 1 to 2 year old is 11 to 14 hours a day. And for a 3 to 5 year old is 10 to, 13 hours a day. Now, if you've got a toddler or a baby or child that's not covering those amounts of hours, this is not a reminder or a cue for you to be worried. This is a suggestion for you to stay to the end of this video and get all the tips that you need to get your child crushing it in their sleep and getting that brain developing and growing as fast and as well as possible. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. See ya. Gone are the days when mothers and fathers, uncles and aunties are not sleeping through the night because of their babies or their toddlers. When a child is asleep, the body produces hormones that are essential for muscle and tissue development. So sleeping is going to make your child strong. Thirdly, getting enough sleep will also improve on your child's mood and emotions. Think about it. When you get enough sleep, how do you feel, right? You feel great. It's the same thing with your toddler. If they get enough sleep, you will have less tantrums and a much happier toddler to deal with. So let me give you 7 tips that you can use to get your toddler sleeping in no time and sleeping for long enough hours. Okay? I'm going to put a disclaimer here. I'm not a pediatrician or a sleep expert or anything like that, but I'm a mom, okay? And I've got 2 babies. I've got a 3-year-old and an 18-month-old too. So tip number 1, apply a general rule of sleep, eat, and play in your house. Now, this is more applicable for babies because they have a lot more nap sessions during the day and even at night time. But the same rule applies for toddlers. If your child is not sleeping well, get them into this routine. When they wake up in the morning, it's breakfast. After breakfast, it's more play. Play, play, play. After play, nap. After nap, eat again. Play again, and then nap again. That's the rule in my house. So my kids wake up in the morning around about 7:30. They have their breakfast, then they play around up until about between 1 and 2. My 18-month-old, she goes to nap at 12. And my 3-year-old goes to nap around between 1:30 and 2 o'clock. And then once they wake up from their nap, the same general rule applies. It's lunchtime, and then there's more play, and then we get into the bedtime routine, okay? So if you don't remember anything, remember this rule. Follow this general routine. Play, sleep, eat, and play. Okay. Now, the second rule is about your children's sleeping environment, their bedroom. Keep the bedroom dark, okay? Invest in some really dark curtains. If you've got, for those of you who have toddlers who wake up at night or wake up early in the morning, it's typically because of the light, right? My 3-year-old knows that when the sun is out, it means it's time to play. He knows when the moon is out, it means it's time to go to sleep. So they know these things. So another thing is keep your children in comfortable clothes before they go to bed. Between the ages of 1 and 5, they really don't know how to use blankets, right? So if they don't have, the ideal thing to use will be sleep bags, right? If you don't have a sleep bag, dress your kids comfortably before they go to bed. Because in the morning, once it gets a little bit cold, they will wake up, okay? So if you want to keep your toddler sleeping longer, keep the room dark, keep them in warm, comfortable clothes before they go to bed. So if for those of you who have toddlers who wake up at night for milk or food or for anything, it's really not because they're hungry. Maybe they need that milk to soothe them back to sleep, which was exactly the situation with my 3-year-old a while back. And what I started doing was whenever he would wake up, and it was the same time every single day, 2 o'clock, I hear the noise, from his bedroom. And what I would do, so what I did was the first time he woke up, I went in there and I gave him a bottle of water. Right? He took it, and then the next day I gave him again another bottle of water. but in the bottle, because I knew what he was reaching for was the bottle. So you need to understand your toddler, right? What are they really asking for? Do they just need that mechanism to soothe them back to sleep? I did that for like 2-3 days, and then on the 4th day, I gave him the water in a sippy cup, and that was the end of it. So try that. If you've got a toddler who wakes up at night for food or for milk, try substituting with something less pleasant. Think about it. If you woke up every night and someone handed you a bottle of milk or a bottle of ice cream, something that you really love, you'll wake up every day at the same time, right? So let's switch that up a little bit. So 3rd tip. Now this is going to surprise you. Sleep begets sleep with toddlers, okay? The more they sleep, the more they will sleep, okay? And the less they sleep, the less they will sleep. So I'm one of those moms, I don't wake my children up from sleep. If they're sleeping, let them sleep. A lot of people think that if they nap during the day, then they won't sleep at night. So I'm going to let them, I'm going to make sure they don't nap. So they're so tired before they fall asleep. Our toddlers are the complete opposite of us. When I'm super tired, I have a great sleep. When our toddlers and our babies are tired, they don't sleep very well, okay? So let them sleep for longer hours. Encourage your children. Apply these tips so that your children can sleep for longer hours. However, like I mentioned earlier, my 3-year-old naps between 1:30 and 2 o'clock. But I always wake him up at 4 because bedtime is at 7. Remember, there's a general rule in place. Sleep, eat, and play, right? So if I let him sleep after 4, I'm not going to have enough time to eat and play again before I go through my bedtime routine, which I will share with you in the next couple of points before he goes to bed. So the only reason I wake him up at 4 every day is because I need those 3 hours to apply my general rule of sleep, eat, and play. Okay? Just so you know, the best recommended time for us to get your kids in bed is between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. This is mainly for toddlers, okay? And I would say toddlers are anything between 14 months to maybe 5 years of age, okay? With 9 p.m. being, a bit of a stretch. There's no reason why your toddlers should be running around at 11 o'clock in the night or even at 10. Okay, that's late. Get these kids in bed, okay? So make sure you incorporate some sort of snack just before bed. So my kids have dinner between 5:30 and 6 o'clock. Just before they get ready for they get into their bedtime routine, which I'll share with you on the 7th point. But just before they go to bed, I give them each a bottle of milk. That would, just hold their tummies and keep them sleeping for much longer before they get hungry again to wake up. Especially for my 18-month-old, obviously she's younger, so she's got a much smaller, the tummy size is much smaller than my 3-year-old, but although she eats more, but that's a conversation for another day. Get them something to eat before they go to bed. Okay, so for those of you whose toddlers would not sleep long enough, treat every early wake as a midnight wake. For me, personally, anything before 6 a.m., I treat as though it was a 2 a.m. wake. I sneak into the room and whisper them back to sleep, and I just reinforce that it's still nighttime. Remember, I've got really dark curtains, right? So it's still quite dark in the room. So I walk in there, I find out what they want, I encourage them to go back to bed, and I leave the room. Finally, stick to a consistent bedtime routine. I cannot emphasize this enough. Believe me, our children are way smarter than we know. Remember that their brains are developing billions of neural connections every single day. So what they were today is completely different from who they are tomorrow. Okay, so you need to keep the bedtime routine short and simple and consistent so they know what to expect. Okay, and if you've got a significant other, husband, or partner, get them involved in this bedtime routine. This might also be a really good opportunity for the other partner who hasn't really been present during the course of the day to get involved in. And it's great for the kids as well. They love to engage with another parent during that time.
Okay, let me tell you about my bedtime routine. First, we do dinner between 5:30 and 6 o'clock, and then we do bath time.
I make bath time fun. Okay, so when I say it's bath time, they love bath time because all they think about is splashes, play, right? Make it playful. I know this is counterintuitive because you're thinking, well, how can I make it playful? I'm trying to wind them down to get them to bed. No, play with them. Let them play. play, and play. Once we get out of the bathroom, whilst I'm getting them ready, we normally do this thing where we do two little monkeys jumping on the bed, and then we jump on the bed and fall, and it's just all fun, right? So they love bath time because all they're thinking about is, I'm going to play, I'm going to have a great time with mommy or daddy. So I'm also done with that. I pick a storybook and I read 2 stories. I let them choose what stories they want me to read. My 3-year-old loves being read to, but my 18-month-old, she's getting there. But my 3-year-old, he loves a good story. So I'll read 2 stories to them, and then I will tell them it's time to go downstairs and say goodnight to everyone. So they know that. They know what to expect. So they know. Once I'm done having my bath, I've had enough. I've played. I've had it. And this, it doesn't have to be 20 minutes of play, okay? And when I say bath time, I'm not talking, it's not like we're lighting candles or anything. It takes 5 to 10 minutes to give them both a bath. And whilst I'm trying to apply lotion on them, they're jumping up and down on the bed, doing 2 little monkeys jumping on the bed. That whole process takes about 15, 20 minutes tops, including the play, right? So once we're done with that, I read 2 stories. It takes 10 minutes, 5 minutes to read the story. And then we go downstairs to say goodnight to everyone, whoever's in the house. Again, reinforcing those good manners. So when we get downstairs, kids will be kids, right? They're not just going to go downstairs and say goodnight, and come back upstairs. So whilst they're doing that, I let them go ahead and do whatever they need to do. And then I go into the kitchen and I prepare their milk. And just to throw that on, I make turmeric milk, which I will be sharing with you on a separate video, the benefits of it and what I've seen. I'm just going to throw that in. Since I started giving my kids turmeric milk, flus, colds, ears infections and throat infections are out the window, guys. That's a conversation for another day. But whilst I'm preparing their turmeric milk, it takes me about 3 to 5 minutes to prepare, right? So that gives them enough time to run around. So as soon as they see me approaching the living room, the lounge, with their bottles of milk, they already know that bottles of milk means we're going to bed. So as soon as they see the bottle, and I say, oh, go and say goodnight, I have 0 arguments, 0, okay? And mind you, I've got an 18-month-old who is more prone to being disobedient. But because her brother has been groomed into this lifestyle for a very long time and is more comprehensive, she tends to just follow. Right? So if you've got an older kid, invest in that one. Get that one to obey the rules. Get them to do the right thing, and the rest will just follow. So guys, please try some of these tips and let me know how you get on with them. If you like what you've seen, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know if it's not going on. There's so many things I have to say about this particular subject, but I can't squeeze it all in one video. So if you tell me some of the things you like to hear or some of the things you're struggling with, I'll be delighted to share with you from my experience. Thank you for watching. Bye.